What's good, gangster? I love you. But right now, I'm on a vlog. I'm finna go see my mama, gangster. I'm finna go eat with her. She said she wants some IHOP. I just want some pancakes. I'm not really studying like that, but I'm not gonna eat no sides. But I hopped on here to say put God first, cause I seen Boot Game posted a video about that, and I sure appreciate that, cause there's not a lot of people out here spreading the right message. So I wanted to hop on here and tell y'all to put God first. And even though, like, I know a lot of people may not be religious, I'm not really religious, but we all know we have some type of higher force or higher power. So I think that higher power should be placed like somewhere high, like shattering your belief system. I think you should be a complete embodiment of love. So naturally, all forms of love is supposed to be accepted. So people just assume anything you do, since it was out of love, that's what you're supposed to do. Or they assume since it was out of love, that's the only way it could be done. But like I was saying, one of the main things that you need to know is when you're dealing with love is anything is possible. That's why, like, a lot of times people may be in relationships or something, and they don't know why somebody want to be with somebody else, and they in a worse situation with their emotions. But since it was out of love, it was possible, because the love feels greater than any happiness could ever give them. The love feels greater than any joy could ever give them. So when you try to, like, put anything against it, getting mad a couple times or getting angry, all that means is they was even closer, or they was able to get even closer to you. Or maybe the love belief system was actually stronger, but the love may have not been there. So, like, somebody may be possessing somebody else the whole time in a relationship, and it may look like it's going one way, but it's not really going that direction, just because the people who are going under the relationship, like getting possessed, they're like kind of under a spell, so they could kind of control what they want to do and say, but they really not even controlling their body. They really just observing what's going on. They really possessed by their own ego or possessed by their curiosity. So they want to see how far they could take it. They want to see how far they can actually go with whoever this is. They was really just bored with life. So, like, I find that dangerous, because when you just think you bored, or you think you could just handle it, or you think you just got it, like, you can't do that with everybody. Even though a lot of times I see people trying to populate and stuff, I think populating is cool and it's good, because I'm gonna need me some warriors, I'm gonna need me some extra teammates, I'm gonna need me some backup. But the thing is, gangster, like, they still gotta have some type of guidance. So even though you are putting them on earth, it is written inside of them. If they don't look nowhere but outside of them, or if you putting too much stuff in front of them where they can't really see, you start to affect their karmic debt or their karmic memory. And, like, it could grow or it could multiply like 5, 10, 5 million, 100 times over, just because ain't no limit to it. There's no limit on anything, because it's done out of love. So when it start multiplying, you can't stop it. You can't stop how fast it's going. The ball gonna start at the top, and it's gonna roll and roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. And once it gets so much momentum, it start rolling back uphill, because it's gonna fall down and it's gonna keep falling, and then the hill is gonna start going the other direction. But it got so much momentum, it's gonna keep going. And the difference between it stopping would be the same difference between it starting. And that's a whole lot of weight. You hear me? That's like putting the whole weight of the universe all on the back of your neck. You hear me? Like, all on the back of your spine, the whole weight of the universe, not the earth, not the water, because just a little pack of water is a lot of weight for a normal person. Like, normal people can't even hold a pack of water. So many people overweight in America, and I feel bad, because the number one killer is heart disease, and everybody dying from heart disease. So it's a lackluster of a whole lot of love, and a whole lot of people missing out because of this heart disease. Talking about your heart gotta be in the right place, gangster. Like when you pay attention, you'll see everywhere that the ultimate test is a test of your heart. The whole point of your body was just to be a re-embodiment of your heart. But heart-to-heart communication is done on a higher level. Since we so low, we're not even with the heart-to-heart communication. That's one of the first levels. That's why we so low in the dimensions, because we learned how to physically do it and then still keep our spiritual self up at the same time. Because they go hand in foot, but they definitely not the same thing. Like, if you was to make everything one, it would still be a zero, and the zero would be the creator. You hear me? Like, there's so many numbers that we're not really told about. It's other numbers, because it's realms inside of each dimension, and then it's an opposite dimension for each realm, and it's an opposite realm for each dimension. So they all kind of overlap and intertwine with each other like DNA do, but just on a higher spiritual level. But it only goes so far, because the main thing is God has no ego. So if you're talking about, like, I'm talking about the higher spiritual oneness of everybody and everything, it has no ego. So I'm talking about the gods that's already been here. They're not really the most high, or they're not the oneness or the zero I'm talking about. The oneness and the zero really running everything, but the gods, they just had a lot of power because they moved pretty high up the charts, but they still have a lot of human features, because of the Most High had oneness with all of these other gods already, and I guess the Most High wanted them to have their own oneness, or the Most High wanted to see how they would react if they would split off. So now when you rip that out of the heart, either you're gonna get an exorcism, or you just gonna choose somebody who don't want to move like in a righteous pathway, or you get somebody who just want to be a crash dummy pretty much. And like I was saying, that's how you get possessed, because it's easy to get possessed by like a sugar demon or something like that. Like, you might not think about it when you be eating your food, but it's easy to latch on like to the back of your head. Like, that's how you know, because when your eyes roll to the back of your head, like, you be so happy, that's all you wanted. Because it's extremely sexual, because the sun got a sexual relationship with the plants, and the sun's sexual relationship with the plants is going to make sure the plants keep growing, and it's getting different information. It's melanin. You hear me? Like Amazon. You ever seen FedEx? You know about FedEx and Amazon? The information is melanin. You hear me? Like, and even in their skin. So when they got green, and it's real green, that's chlorophyll, gangster, because it's melanin. So it's getting all that information, and then we're trying to get all of that information. But the thing is, we don't need it, because we already got it in our blood. We have literally every chemical that you could possibly get from a plant in our blood already. The thing is, we don't really know how to access it like this. So the problem come in where it's been so many days or so many nights, and somebody don't have the willpower or the love energy, because that's how you got here that far. Let's be honest now. Your mama and your daddy, they not just around just because of their mama and your daddy. They actually love you, whether they treat you like it or not. One of the main rules of love is accepting all forms and types of love. So even if somebody treats you like garbage and try to kill you and everything, one of the main laws and rules of the universe is still treating them with the utmost high respect and with love, because you never know what they was going through, or you never know how they got to that situation, or how that could be a reflection of you. You just be thinking that all you are is your body, but they might not even be in their body. So you can't really just say, oh, this is that person and that is that person, because everybody is really everybody. We just vessels and hosts. So if you hosting a certain type of entity or certain types of angels or demons, that's upon I want to say willpower, but not necessarily. That's upon your choosing. So if you choose to do that, that's on you. I wouldn't entertain it too much, but I already have when I was younger, so I feel like I've done everything there is to do. Like, I really just want to chill and stack now. Like, I can really turn up with this music, but besides that, I'm really just trying to stack gangster. Like, I'm cooling. It's not even that crucial. It's all love out here. Everybody you know wants you to succeed. Everybody you know has love to give or offer. If they look your direction, that's extra love and extra motivation that you should have. You shouldn't be less motivated if somebody is not motivated is around you. But the thing is, when it's all love, sometimes you want to put yourself in their shoes to make sure they're not feeling it. So sometimes you be the only one feeling it, thinking they feeling it. So that's why I'm just saying, don't let nobody knock you off your game. You hear me? I love you, gangster. I'm finna go inside now. What? I'll just go shopping. I don't really care about that. I got a pole problem. I just poured this and I was in the neck.